start recording. All right, so here I just did an Ansible -L. Let me go back so you can see what I did. I did an Ansible -L, and that gives me a list of modules. So we've been playing around with a lot of different modules. So let me bring this over here. And let me grab this guy here. And we were just talking about conditionals, but here's like when they start talking about playbooks, variables, Jinja 2, conditionals, and here's about modules, and here's the modules index. So you have, the command module, and let's pull up our terminal, and let's go over to our downloads. And let's look at the IPA install.yaml. So here's my modules: yum, get, command. So if I want to know more about those, I can do clear that. I can do an Ansible doc. Let's do yum. All right. So here it tells you at the beginning right here, if it has the equal sign in front of it, like right here, like you'll see the equal sign, that's mandatory. So you must use it. So on an exam, if you had to figure out what are your options with this module, here's where you find that out using. I did an Ansible -doc and then yum. So now I can say, okay, I have to have the name. Well, let's look at the syntax of yum. Let's do man on yum. And I am on a 7.3 box. So let's do a man on yum. So here are my options in yum. But when you do a package name or when you're using yum, you have to do some type of package or some type of operation on a package. And so that's why you get here and they tell you the name is mandatory. But you can do a yum list just like here, yum list. Let's see, do they right here? Yum list the available packages, right? So I could just do a yum list, but by default for here, the package name has to be specified. Well, a name has to be specified, but I can substitute that instead of using the yum module, I can use the command module. So let's go back and look at this. If I needed to do something, I could have came here and instead of using yum, I could have did this. Hold on. I could have said shell, but command yum install or yum list. That doesn't require anything, right? Anything else, because that's not a mandatory for yum. Is not a mandatory for command. So how do we know that? We go back and do an Ansible command, and everything that's equals is what you need. So free form, and it says see examples. So here are the examples. Command shutdown -t now, user bin make database.sh, pass 2 arguments, and then creates the path. So that's what they're giving you as like some examples. And then they pass on different ways you could do it with args. You can do pass in the arguments here, as you see. So that's really what they're showing here, and that's just how you use the documentation. And if you're really not really sure, worst case scenario, you come online if you have access to online and click on command, and it goes through and tell you, see, free form, that's required, but Chador is not. And then they give you examples of how to do it. So, I mean, that's the overall sense of how to use commands. You said command module uses straight Linux command. Yep. So another one is shell. Let's go back and do Ansible shell. All right. So here, what's mandatory is again freeform. If you're not sure, come back over here. Let's see, they don't have it right here, so you can do this Ansible shell module. And again, it says this module takes the command name followed by a list of delimiter arguments. Also exactly like the command module, both run the commands at the shell. Same thing. So, and yeah, see, this is just shell. You're setting the timeout. Remember, you're using the Ginger 2 here. Yep. And you want to now. What is different is you do get return variables. Let me go back and see. Did I get return variables for command? No. No. See, I didn't get return variables, so I can get return variables from the shell command. Let's go look and see what it returns. Let me see if they got an example. Oh no, they don't. Standard outlines, change, standard error. Also, I can run a command, and if it returns something, I can store it in a variable and so forth. So that's what this seems like. Yeah, if it actually took place. Let's see. Oh, they don't have one. Let's look and see. Shell command with return variable Ansible. Stack. See, somebody got one. No checks. I'm looking for the check marks. If not, we'll play around with it. Let's go. Tools. Past month. Return a variable. When shall include when Linux store command output into an array. Let's see. I don't see one. We'll have to play around with it. I have to set one up and play around with it. But I think you get the basic here of this is different than setup fact gathering variables. I'm assuming. Can you explain that for me? Are you there?
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry, I didn't want to talk into the video here.
Oh no, you're fine.
So they said that when setup is run, it automatically gathers facts about the environment, and
Mm-hmm.
so then you can do like there's like a command you can do to, I think
Mm-hmm.
it's like Ansible module setup, and then the host name, and then it gives you all these variables that have values
This,
it gathers from the environment, stuff like
yeah,
that.
this guy right here.
Yeah.
So I did a setup. and that's the setup module. And then I store the facts in temp facts. And I ran this before, so let's see. Oh, it might have got rid of it. Let's run it again. Let's see what it can get to. All right. So now when I do an LS on temp facts, I have those machines. Let's do an LS minus LTRH. Okay, they all ran from today. That's correct. So let's go to temp facts. And let's go on to 104. Oopsie whoopsie. And maybe just it's not a directory, it's a file. So, and they store it in key value parameter. I know this looks funky, but bear with me. So as you can see here, here's the key, and that's the variable. Here's the key. There's no IPv6. The architecture, there's the variable, key variable. There you go. Yep. So you can always gather the facts. So with that being said, you can use those facts inside your Ansible script because you've already gathered those facts. So you could then turn around and place these facts inside the actual script. So I had one. I forget the syntax because I did it. But you want to place the fact inside your playbook. Once you gather the fact, let me look and see. I think I may have one. Uh, Let me see. Did I paste that in here? No, I didn't. Let's see. This is me going through my block file for loop. Let me look and see. I don't see one. Right here. Here it is. Ansible fully qualified domain name. That's it right there. That's an actual parameter that's already set from the facts. So I just used that one to, to do everything that I needed. All right. So today we want to actually uh, have a actual client join the domain, and we want it to we want to use Ansible to automate that install. So with that being said, let me grab a client. Let me go to my droplets here. And if, let's see, Sergio, you don't have one, but I can spin one up for you. Let me create a droplet for you.
Thank you.
Do do do.
I have the one you guys dropped there, right?
Yeah, that's your server. So your
That's my
server can,
server.
yeah, your server wouldn't join my server.
Yeah. Oh, I got you.
I want the client to join my server. It's creating right now. Okay. So come on with the email. Here's your server IP. Now we just need the, here it goes.
Okay.
There's your information. Let me spin up myself one. Get yourself logged in. I would do, it should be the latest and greatest, but just do a Yum update anyway. And let me do a Yum update on my server while this is going. Okay, so once it gets done updating, let's go back over here to our client. And this is the stuff that's already out in the repo. Um, Let me look at my name of my Ansible server. See, I need to change that here to Ansible 2. Oh, better yet, let's do this. Because I'm sure that's somewhere in there. Let me change IPA server to Ansible 2. Okay. All right. So in here, as you can see, what it's doing is it's saying, hey, I got a variable. I become root. I used the hosts that are in CentOS, but I'm not. I'm gonna put my host in there, and then it's just only gonna run on one host. And I'm telling it to go out to the EPEL and make sure that RPM is installed. And then I'm gonna install Python, but I'm gonna use Python pip to do some updating, a pip install of updating pxpet. I tell it what I want the xcresolve.conf file to look like. Um, I do a regular expression search for the beginning of anything that starts with search, and then the line should look like search women in Linux. So I'm really trying to trick it, but I'm probably gonna have to do one step further because I'm probably gonna have to tell my own server where to find Ansible 2. So I may change that. So in here I have the item for resolve.conf, where to resolve from. I need to change this. I need to change this to name server IP. I may just do let's do 8.8.8.8 because I think Ansible 2 is resolvable. Let's do this guy here. Yeah, that's resolvable. So it should find it. using Google's uh, name server. And then here, which I would advise everybody to use comments. I didn't put comments in here so you know what you're doing. But here we're saying, hey, this is the IPA client. Use Yum. Make sure it's installed or present. Or if it's not installed, make sure it's installed. The IPA admin tools installed. Now this is the meat and potatoes of everything. I'm going to tell it to join the domain. However, amongst joining this domain, one, that's not my realm. The realm should be in all caps, women in Linux.com. And the password to join should be the password that we set back in our file. When we started it, I think it's something like password 123, something like that. I'll go back and double check it. And then KNet, we need to make sure that password is the same as well too. Because what you're doing with KNet, is you're actually going through and initializing getting a ticket. So you can't get a ticket without you can't do anything without getting a ticket, a TGG ticket. So let's back up for a second. So Kerbal, let's look up KNet admin TGT. So let's see, do they explain it in here? Okay, so yeah. So basically, see, I think I do a K list. Right, so let me do a KNet admin. And then I'm gonna go back and do K list. Alright, so I can't do anything without this ticket. So with joining the domain, I can't run any free IPA commands. So I needed a new ticket. So that's what we're doing when we do the KNet. Getting a ticket so we can run commands. Every day is my house it is. So here is where I get the ticket. I get the ticket here with the K in it right there. And then once I get that, and then I go in because I want to run some local commands on that machine with using IPA. And the commands I want to run, I said I want you to join the service of NFS. So that's equivalent to me coming over here to services. Let's go log back in. It's equivalent to me coming over here to services and saying, okay, I want NFS and then the host that I want. That's what that command is equivalent to. That's what this command does. That's it. And then once I do that, I go and say, I want to grab a key tab. All right. So let's look here. And then let's do KTUtil. Let's read. And if you're not sure of the commands, I just know them off the top of my head. Here you can type help. Oh, question mark. All right, so I'm gonna read etc krb 5.keytab. And now I'm gonna list. In here I have my hosts. All right. That's what I'm reading. All right. So also, I'm doing one step further by setting up NFS here, auto mount, and then I go through and set up some files that I need to have set and how I need to have them set. And this all comes from the documentation for uh, free IPA on how to manually set this up during the client. If not, you would be typing all this stuff in. So this is us doing it via Ansible, or you could do this in a script. Let's go and find out what our uh, IPA server install passwords were. Okay, lowercase. I might have changed it, but we're about to find out. Yeah, this playbook is on Git if you downloaded it. Alright, that's one password. Let's change this password. Okay, so we need to go to our Ansible file for host. 93. I forget what's my password. Okay. Alright, so now my host has been created. I'm gonna copy this guy. And here's the host that I want. Next thing I need to do is I need to set up my key pass. So here, let's first we need the SSH because it's a new machine. 131.98.94. Okay, changing the password here. All right, so now I've done that. I changed my password on my local box. I need to SSH dash copy ID dash I come on. Oh, not root. I want this guy. Oh, and I need to do that too. All right. Before I do that, let me minimize him. I need to do one other thing on this box. Where did he go? Oh, it's in a tab. I need to SSH to this box because I need to make a user. All right, so I need to do user add. All right. So from here, I need to exit. I need to come here and SSH dash copy ID dash I. Let's get this some space. Go back over here. All right, so I need to copy this over to that box. All right, so now when I SSH to this box, I don't have to put in my password. All right, and we can also test this out by running what we did before with our fax command here. So it should go out and grab that box. If we look in /temp fax, it should show us the IP address of 104.131.98.94, which is there. And there's that box. So where Ansible sees that box, we're good there. The only thing now we have to make sure is our client file is actually on par. So we're gonna limit where it goes. I put it in the CentOS file, cluster, but we're gonna limit where it goes. That it just goes to that box, and then from here we should be good. We're about to find out. So let's clear. Let's do a history and grep limit in case you guys forgot how to do that. Here it is here. Oopsie. I didn't cut and paste the right thing. And the box we want is 104.131.98.94. Alright. Alright, so what is it telling me here? Alright. Oh, so with that being said, let's SSH back to that box. Oh, I'm on it right here. We need to go into sudoers. Oh, let me install that too. It's called Vim Enhanced. I think I spelled that right. Yeah. So I can use Vim because it gives me the different colors. Here, search for root. I want that line there. Cut and paste. And add Tamika Reed. And do no password just like you see it here on the wheel group. So give that a test. And then I should be able to sudo -root without a password, and that is true. All right, so we're back to our guy here. Run that. That should pass the become. That stopped on that become. I was becoming a super user or root user. I'm cloning the repo. Now we're doing the IPA install. Oh, did I run the right one? No, that's not what I want to run. That's not what I want to run. I'm supposed to do the client. Ha ha ha. Let me sudo up. Let's look at my messages. See how far along we got here. Okay, we're just installing whatever it needed. Okay, cool. We need to run IPA client. See, this is what happens when you cut and paste. What happened? I don't want to play the recap. Where are you airing out on? CentOS, that's correct. Let's look and see. Where are you talking about? Play the. Oh, I wonder do I have stuff commented out? And I didn't pay attention to it. No, nothing's commented out. Play recap. Let's look that up. Am I supposed to run the Ansible? Let's see. Looking up error to see that what they're talking about. Let's look. Let's find out. First time I seen it. Okay. Running basic commands, yes. Modules. Let's look at recap. Dash S. What is the dash S to uses Ansible? Yeah, the sudo. But that doesn't tell me about a recap. Let's see. No. Okay. Am I supposed to run the Ansible retry? Let's see. Do we have that in here for a client? No, we don't. And we went and gathered the facts. And the play recap just stops there. Interesting. It never goes the way you want it to go, huh? Okay, Ansible stops at playing recap. Let's see. Okay.
What if under hosts you just put the IP and hard code it in?
I mean, I could. I just wonder why it's just the recap is just going. I could try that, but I'm just curious as to why it's doing what it's doing. But I think it's probably still gonna give me the same thing. 104 dot 131 dot 98.94. Seriously? I don't know why that worked. That shouldn't have worked. Well, let's go to the box itself. We're cheating. I don't like cheating. So you can see it's doing the pimp install. See, that's where that was. Change the file. Now it's doing the IPA client. And it's gathering everything it needs to install for the IPA client. Admin tools. Okay. I was wondering if it was going to error out. Alright, let's see what's going on here. It failed. Please make sure the following ports are open. Let's come over here and stop firewall D. Okay. No firewall going there. Okay. Let's try this guy one more time. It should go quicker. Oh, MP. Okay. I see I know what the problem is. It's not the firewall. It's this. We can add this. Let's not cheat. I'm gonna show you what it is. Cronny D. It's gonna error out again. Alright, that's fine. So we need to come in here, back to our client, and before we add, we can go here. That's fine. We want to add, say, dash name. What we want to do. We want to remove Cronny D because that causes a conflict. So here we're gonna do a yum. The name is Cronny D, and the state is absent. So we want to make sure it's absent. So go back to this guy. We do that. What am I missing? Am I not lined up correctly?
Yeah, yum is not indented.
Uh, all right. So let's go back to this guy. Should roll through all that stuff really, really quick. We should see the Cronny D getting removed. There, it got removed there. It didn't show me that though. Okay. The package might have got removed, but I bet you the package is still running. Yep, still running. So so this is where you can do name stop cronny D service. And here you can do command system control stop cronny D. Because that's causing a conflict with NTPD. So it changed, you see. Okay, what are we getting now? Let's see, let's make sure cronny D stopped. Yeah, I may have to reinstall it and stop it. Let's see. No, we're stopped. So date. Our time is off. So that's not going to work. So let's look at our server. We're going with these guys here. Alright. So we need to do that. We need to do NTP date -B. And I can do this inside of the Ansible, but for right now I'll do it here. You see my timing is off. And I'm also on UTC time. What are we on over here? Oh, that's off too. So let's do a time zone. Time, date, control, -- help. Let's set time zone. And I think it's America, New York. Okay, I forget. So let's do time, date, control, list time zones. All right. America / New York. Did I do a slash? Oh, underscore. All right. Much better. Same thing here. All right. All right. That's the same. Let's try this again. Oh, let's go here. And then let's run this guy back. Let's double check everything. All right, let's double check cronny D. All right, let's go back to my Ansible script. I want to do something. I actually want to, I think the client and them may be installing it. So let's come here and let's grab these 2 lines or 4 lines and put them here. All right, and let's get rid of these 2 right here. And let's get them all lined up. Okay. All right, let's see how that goes. I think one of those scripts might have taken care of. You said yours worked, Sergio?
I was just saying, mine's did not work. No.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Okay, so we're stopping the servers. Okay, where are we at with this? All right, so let's look at this and find out what's going on here. All right, let's go back over to this guy. Clear screen. Actually run it by hand. Oh, I bet you I know what it is. No, it's not there. There's no CA cert. So where are you? Oh, my password is incorrect. Oh. Oh, did I take the password wrong? Yeah, okay. So I don't know where it's getting that password from. Let's go back to the script here. I don't know where it's getting clear from. Let's go back over here. Did I type the word clear and not realize it? 3. Okay. Let's, maybe my fault there. Hold on. Let's do this guy. Let's do this. I think I know what it is. I think I changed passwords. Oh, okay. So that's the other thing. It has to be a fully qualified domain name. So, and it is my password. So let's etc. It creates this CA cert. You want to remove that. All right. And you can do two things. You can do host name. You go to will IPA client womeninlinux.com and change it here, host name. And Sergio, you should be very familiar with this.
I remember.
All right. All right. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to cheat. Not that really, but really I am. So let's look at the IPA server. And we're going to make us another admin user. So this admin user can join the domain. All right, so we go here, we go add, and we're going to call this user admin to domain. And we're just going to call it admin to domain. I'm going to add and edit. This person needs to be a part of a particular group. So where's the group at? Not there, not there, not there. All right, that's fine. Go to user groups, and then let's go to, oh no, roles. Let's see. User groups, here we go. admins, and we want to add a user, and the user we want to add is this person. And we're going to add, and we're going to give this a password that we have in there, that we have in the thing, and that's password 123 exclamation point, and reset. The username is this. All right, so now we go back to our script, and the user, instead of principal being that user, it's going to be admin2. It's going to be that guy. Oh, and then we need to come here and do that guy. And let's look for admin anywhere else. That's it. Yes. All right. And one other thing, it looked like I might have joined. Let's do IPA client install dash uninstall. Okay, not configured. Awesome. All right, now we can run this guy again. Anybody have any questions? Does this make sense for everyone?
Yeah, I'll have to review some of this, but for
Okay.
the most part, yeah. Okay.
All right. All right. Okay. What did it say? That's not true. It cannot read password. Okay. So you're croaking on the password. Let's see. Let's run this guy. From here, let's try that. Let's say yes. And yes. And we want to use that guy and password 123. Oh, did I not set the password to that? Maybe I didn't. Oh, that's 2 exclamation points. Let's try that again. I don't think I typed 2 exclamation points. I know what it is, so how can I do this? I think the password has to change because I don't know why it's having a problem with that password though. Let's go here. Log out. And then we'll go admin 2. See. Okay, yeah. I figured that's what it was. This stuff. Alright, so that's the one downfall about this. If you set the password, then it asks you to change the password again. So we're going to keep it simple. And I'm just going to set the password to password, which now will let me do what I need to do. But that means I need to go back into the file and change that. So yeah, the password is just password. So let's do this. %s password 123 to password globally has been changed. We're gonna run you and you should work now. All right. So now it's just going through everything and says it's checked it. So now here comes our IPA stuff. Let's go and look at our log file. Look, you see it's going. You see that's running. It's doing this thing. So it worked. And then eventually we should see the host over here. It's gonna crap out on me because I don't think I set up an NFS server. Network services. Oh, I did. Okay, I did. All right. Yeah. All right. So now it says does not have an AA record. Okay. So this is when you have to come here to host, and I will have to put 104.131.9894, and we're gonna call this what is this thing called? Will dash IPA dash client women in Linux.com. And I'm gonna, just to be on the safe side, go there and come back over here. Put that there. And when I get ready to run this script again, it's already in the domain. So I don't want it to run that line again. So we're going to comment that out. I don't have to run through the whole playbook again. I could have picked up at the name, but I just wanted to show you the whole playbook working, which you've seen. And we've joined the domain. And we don't have an A record inside of Google for this machine. I could create one, but for all intents and purposes, I don't need to, because if all goes right, if you look at etc nss switch.conf, in here we tell the host to look at files first, and then my host name, and then here. So it should be looking at files first. And that's what it looks like it's not doing. It's not looking, because it uses DNS. Let's see, let's look at this. Let's go onto this guy. Not host. Resolve. It, it found that that's all for my stuff, but it should have search women in Linux. It's going out to women in Linux domain looking but I wanted to look at local host as well. Let's look. Ah, you should be looking at files. Yeah. So let's look at see. Yeah, it doesn't know its own self how to look that up. And it should have found it there first. So let's go in the host file. You should have looked here first. Check yourself first for Will IPA client, womenandlinux.com. Or are you not finding yourself? Let's see. So you're going out first, but you're not looking here. So can we do... I don't think we can search localhost. Yeah. It's trying to go out and find it. Let's do something here. Oopsie. Not $sign. Nothing. Okay. So we do name server. Nothing. Let's see. How can we get you to answer yourself? Putting you inside of NSS switch should have worked. Because it should have looked at itself and said, hey, the file tells me exactly what I need to know. And there's the thing. Let's do this. Still going out. Let's see. Yeah, it doesn't know how to resolve that. So let's see. A records for free IPA. I may have to force it. Let me see something here. It's called what's it called? IPA. We're forcing it. I think I should have forced the record here. IPA service add. So dash force. Let's see if that works. Because when you are here and you do services and you do an add, I can do a service and there's the force that I can force it. So let's see if this forces it. Yeah, see, I forced it. And that didn't work because of the location is wrong. So the location here is if you go to network services, will NFS location. So I need to change that to will NFS location. So keep in mind when you're doing yours, Sergio, you're gonna have to force it.
Okay.
Because you're probably not gonna be in DNS. So once we force it and we have everything, I should be able to log in service with name if it's will IPA client already exists. Okay, let me skip that step. Or better yet, I do it one right here so I can go through it again. I can just go to services here and delete and then run it, and then that should be okay. Then we should be all right.
That's a quick question.
Mm-hmm.
Since Ansible is idempotent, shouldn't they just skip? Like, shouldn't they just say, hey, this is, what is that? The IPA server.
That's the IPA server.
Okay, got it.
I think there's a way to tell it this to keep going inside of Ansible. Like there's a module you can tell, hey, if you see this, don't stop, keep going. But I didn't put that. I didn't pass that flag. Let's look that up. Goes past errors. Uh, Ignore errors. Yes. So I could add that.
Okay.
All right. What do we? All right. I think we got everything down. I wasn't able to find this file, and this file is local to my box. It can't find that file local to my box to pass it on. And that's pretty much it. Basically, we went through the whole playbook. The sudo file that it couldn't find is sudo ldap. There's that guy. It couldn't find this, but because it's copying from a local file, like the local source is here to that destination. It would error out on this right here because these are all Windows. These are all Linux commands. I'm on a Mac, so that naturally NSS switch is not in the same location as it would be for that. And pretty much that is it. You
Cool.
now have configured the client. You have configured the server. You configured the client, all using Ansible. You joined the domain. You set up the services that it needs. You could even take this one step further, and we did. And the other thing we did was we used a bash script to set up the actual usernames, but we could have taken it one step further and put that. We should delete some of our users and then go back, instead of using the bash script, use the Ansible script to read a or not even read a file, just grab a list of users using our for loop and add those users into pre IPA. That would be something I would try. But for the most part, you've already done it. So you already know the command. And the reason why I say you know the command is because I forget where my little guy is. Did I get rid of him? No. Let's see. You think he's here? So there's your command right there. IPA user add. You just grab that line and say shell, and then inside of your oops, I'm not in a directory. Okay, this guy, I think it's here. Yeah. So remember earlier we were talking about with items right here, and
Hmm.
you can just set up the usernames like with items. You can tell it what command you want to run the item, and then just stick that name inside of that item every time, and it should run. Like that's the script. That's literally the script. Like literally, your script would be this.
Huh.
Like let's go with user add YAML. Um, that would be your script there, and you come in here and you would say Jill uh, Johnson, and you can put her in double quotes for that. And the IPA is this thing here. You change this to command, and let's get rid of this guy. Go here, and everywhere there's a dollar sign username, you replace that with group ID. You can leave that because it's just going to generate one. The home dir, you can put that in as bin bash, so you can put that in. But basically, what I'm saying is you could do this item. You could do that.
Oh, you can do that, huh? Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So you can do that with item, and then you can go in again. These are variables, right? So remember we talked about having variables, which I actually showed you here. Oh, not you. Right here. You can come in here. You can say IPA server. You can say home dir colon and say home uh and you can say home form, right? And then you can replace that variable in there. You can say shell. You can say I wouldn't use shell. Use shell uh line or something like that, because shell is probably a reserved word. And you can put in bin bash. You just set up all your variables, and then when you get in here, you just call your variables. I mean, that's just another way. So you can have it all in one script. Hey, if I've added my server, now that I've added my server, add all these users. create default passwords, create default GID, UID, and then go from there.
Okay.
That makes sense
Okay.
for everybody?
Yeah.
I start